None of you will believe what happened in this story. Even me, when I first heard it, I couldn't believe that a human could reach this level of cruelty. Imagine that the people who are supposed to be the closest, the ones who should be your support, they become the reason for destruction. Today, I will tell you the story of Madame Donia, a woman who endured a lot, stayed silent for years, but the ending was the biggest shock of her life. A story of betrayal, injustice, doubt, and treachery, not from a stranger, but from the closest people to her. Don't leave now. Sit and listen till the end, because this story has a big lesson, a lot of pain, and a reality that so many people live every single day. And please, before we start, support us with a like and subscribe, because this story really deserves to be heard. Let's dive together into one of the strangest and most painful stories ever told. Today's story, a new story, and honestly, one of the strangest I've ever heard in my life. This storyteller says, "I am my husband's brother. He showed me no mercy at all. He did things to me that made my husband want to divorce me, and he was insisting on divorce. My situation was very bad. Let's go back to the beginning. But before I start, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. My name is Madame Asma. I am 35 years old. I married a man I truly loved, but after marriage, I discovered he was a womanizer, a cheater with many affairs. So I insisted on divorce, and I did get divorced. But unfortunately, I was pregnant, 7 months. Alhamdulillah, God blessed me with a sweet little daughter. I gave up all my rights just to keep my daughter with me. I even told him I didn't want any money from him. Everything was written down legally with a lawyer. I worked as a middle school teacher, so my income was enough for me and my daughter. I was divorced at 26, and now I am 35. Which means I spent almost 9 years living alone with my daughter after divorce. One day, a colleague at work told me, "I have a groom for you. He's a good man, but he's a bit older." I asked how old. She said, "He's in his 40s. Then she told me he was actually 46. I told her I wasn't thinking of marriage at all. I had my daughter. She needed me, and honestly, I hated men after what I went through. My first husband destroyed me. I didn't want to marry again and fail again. But my colleague insisted. He's very respectful, works at a bank, has a good income, and is the closest friend of my husband. He was married before for 11 years, but had no kids. His wife asked for divorce because he wanted children, and she didn't want to hold him back. She said he has everything ready, a fully furnished home, financial stability, good morals. I thought about it and told my parents. They said, "Why not? You're still young, only 35. You were deprived of happiness early. Maybe this is a good chance." I worried about my daughter, but my father said, "We will raise her. Don't use her as an excuse." So I agreed to meet him. When he came with my colleague and her husband, I found him respectful, polite, religious, and clear about everything. He even said, "I know she has a daughter. I'll treat her like my own child. I've wanted to be a father for so long." We agreed. We got married, and I moved into his family house, a 2-story house he shared with his brother. His brother lived upstairs with his wife and 3 kids. I stayed downstairs with my new husband. From the very beginning, his brother looked at me in a disgusting way. He made me uncomfortable, always staring. Then strange things started happening. My husband began finding cigarettes in our room, rings that weren't his, and he accused me of cheating. I cried, swore on the Quran that I was innocent, But he didn't believe me. He treated me like a cheater. I couldn't understand what was happening. Later, I got pregnant, but instead of being happy, my husband doubted the baby was his. His brother even told him, "You can't have kids. She must have gotten pregnant from someone else." My husband started losing his mind, wanted me to abort, accused me again and again. I was broken, depressed. I even thought of leaving him. But one day, everything changed. He came to me apologizing, kissing my hands, saying, "Forgive me. I discovered the truth. You're the most honorable woman I know." He had installed hidden cameras in the house. What did he find? His brother, the one living upstairs, was the one planting cigarettes, rings, and lies to destroy me. He had a spare key and used to sneak in when I was at work, just to ruin my life. My husband finally saw the truth with his own eyes. He exposed his brother, kicked him out of his trust, and from that day, everything changed. I gave birth to twin boys. My husband was the happiest man alive. He threw a big celebration, gave charity, and treated me like a queen. The truth came out. His brother wanted to ruin my marriage just so he could control the inheritance and properties. But God is fair. Lies don't last forever. And that was my story.